All these APC leaders were though, one that you always they misbehave, one that you always they fool on yourself. Imagine. Now this kind of una attitude, now make Obaseki abandon all of una. Now these things one that they do, now make Obaseki abandon una. All of una they toss your Obaseki in a bad people. No, una be bad people. Imagine. Abakomis are your win election. They never even swear in. All of una know they run no pattern, they fight. Been a like be. Imagine. Been a like be. Whenever let her, make a swear in. Make it go do work for a job people. Make it make una even encourage her. How you want to keep your campaign promises. Now, hey, now this one I be my own. Now this one I be my own. Now me get this one. Now me want to take this one. Now you hold on the funa. Imagine. If you abandon una now, una say you don't abandon una. Imagine. Oh, what you are buying, babe? If somebody like Tony Kabaka they talk now, we got to hear because that man has paid dearly for this party APC. We get victory today. One of them they run up and down, gree for. No imagine when Tony Kabaka when Tony Kabaka were doing everything to keep this party. All of them enter house, some of them run come into your Obaseki. Why you not bere? Tony Kabaka, I destroy a go hotel in APC now. They're done now. None of them come outside. He get you from where go pay. Where go Mr. West Tony Kabaka take 100,000. Now I support you. I be eating that food where Tony Kabaka want eat. Now they fair. And then no Okpebholo, no velele ogwalo. Imagine. They never even talk of this man Gaddafi. No lion lere brand over 20 buses for Abakomisa. Oh man, lad they never fight. What bina? Imagine. Yeah, people. And they misbehave up and down. Kulu wayala wapa. Now me get this one. Now me want get this one. Now my pikin go take this one. Now me want take this one. Una never even talk. How Bakomis want to deliver the dividends of democracy, deliver campaign promises. Imagine. Yeah, people. Yeah, leaders. Call yourself leader. Why do you want to Latia? One other, why do you Latia? You don't win another, they run up and down. Hey, I be leader. Imagine. This is a bad character for APC. For not stop up, because I will drive out of the house again. I'm going to total you over. Now this attitude, dubious attitude, now make Obaseki say one retire all of that time. Why am I very? Okay, Tony Kabaka, you when you lie, you tell you go you tell you APC now. Oh man, they never come and make it talk. He never come and make it say that this one you want. He never come and say they give me this one. Why very when I hear me? Imagine. I know what he did while they got one after the other. Since you don't want guessing, go
okay, so that's a snippet of the inaugural meeting of the Edo State Transition Committee. Of course, Transition Committee is a merging of two transition teams of the outgoing and the incoming. I like former Deputy Governor Honorable Pius Odubo put it there. Okay, there is actually one committee, but of course they've got two different teams coming to meet. And so the idea is to put out in details, whether in audio, in visual, hard or soft copy, details of government involvement, partnership, businesses, income, investment, project in the last 8 years. And for the record, this is the first time in Edo State we're having an actual transition being done. Even if there have been pseudo transition committee being created, but what it usually entailed was we had copies of hard copies being presented at one formal meeting, and that was one. Sometimes they don't even read, because a lot of the times these guys will rely on hearsay and all that. And again, another very important thing here I'm saying why I'm doing this video is that there's also the information there that the permanent secretaries in the ministries are actually the ones standing in to represent the government. It's because, of course, they are still going to be the one working for the incoming government, which again is fair by me. This is not to celebrate or to castigate. I want to tell you that actual work is being done, and I'm quite impressed. I have taken it upon myself to follow in details what's going to happen in the Transitional Committee. And my worry is that while this is going on, there is a clown somewhere called Shuaibu who is making videos and calling on DSS and EFCC. He wasn't even worthy enough to have been out there. Okay, and maybe he can't. He says he's deputy governor, so he's not supposed to be in the committee. Except there's a script that Shuaibu is playing, which obviously we cannot deny that there's a script he's playing. I thought he would have waited for this transition committee to come out with details of the conversations and encounters and be able to say, okay, these records are not straight. Shuaibu coming before the transition committee to come and start to detail and say all this is obviously there's a script being played. So it will water down. And if Shuaibu is smart enough and the people advising, I would have waited for the document and everything to be done with, the whole processes to be done with, and then you can say, okay, you are not so comfortable with A, B, and C. You leaving what work is being done that you're not even part of, to be on social media saying you're having press briefing, actually mean there is a challenge we must look at. And I'm only worried because this is already having ethnic undertone. It is not the first time that it's unfortunate. The last election was quite polarized along ethnic lines. But if you notice, one advantage that the Edo people have, I'm talking with the Benin speaking people of Edo State, is that we are detribalized, and then we are quite very, very politically exposed. And so that's why I see that most of the Edo persons will go on to voting anybody. Oshomole had gotten the highest number of votes from Edo South, irrespective of whether there's an Edo man. At the point where Pius Ojubu, who was a Benin man, right, a very high-ranking Benin person, when he was having political challenge with the former governor Commandant Oshomole, the Benin people stood with Oshomole, irrespective. I'm saying this here now. At other times, it was, now Obaseki said he was going to hand over to an Esan. Of course, Oshomole, in his own element, Benin, refused to adhere to the fact that Esan people deserve governorship. And then he went on to say he was going to give it to a Benin man, Dennis Idausa. Benin people still said in their heart that we are going to vote in Esan. In fact, one of the things that worked against Olumide, but I'm sorry to say, right, was the fact that though he was a very credible candidate, at the time, Benin people were saying it is time to give it to them. You never hear that from national conversation, and I give it other. However, there is a quite very distinctive tribal undertone that is coming out from Phyllis Shuaibu's already campaign, and you can see it very evidently. While very many places are going to sit to look at, a few of us are saying, take it easy. Don't cross boundaries, as it were. I'm quite happy that this transition committee has taken time to build on nothing and actually have something that, moving forward, it will not be a culture of excellence for government, whether they come in or not, whether you like them or not, happens. This should happen. Whether this government is going to spend 6 months, is going to spend 1 year, spend 4 years, it's none of our business. What should be done should be done. And kudos to Obaseki and his team, and kudos to the team that are representing the incoming government in all of this. It shows that we can actually begin to have a very sane position of things. Unfortunately, for some of us, we want to have development as we cry, we deserve. But then things like these are things that would actually determine whether development will come or not. Unfortunately, that is it. So I'm keeping my eyes very closely on Felix Shuaibu. I'm keeping my eyes very closely on him. He seems to know more than we should, and I want to know why he's budging. Of course, again, like I've said, if I were Obaseki, go to Obaseki, maybe I would have had a different outlook about this. But then, looking at what has played, that it meant that one of them had to go down. Shuaibu had a chance to have impeached or dealt with Obaseki. Because when I hear Shuaibu say a lot of the things he said now, I laugh because in 2020, Shuaibu had to sacrifice his relationship with Adam Soshomole to follow Obaseki. It means that he was benefiting from whatever friendship he had with Obaseki. Your ambition to becoming governor wasn't supposed to be, and then the man said, oh, maybe the man should have said it no anymore. Sometimes this is they come here and rubbish. All right, so I'm going to keep tabs. I'm trusting that we'll have development coming from the transition committee sittings, and they'll be able to put it out here for everybody to see. And then where the governor faulted, we should say it. Where the governor did well, we should also say it. I think it's high time that we looked at that holistically. I'll catch another time. Of course, I'm just saying that we'll follow up on all other stories relating to the handover till the inauguration. Catch another time. Bye for now.